Good morning. Oh, it's Monday the 11th of July. How is everybody? It's early, actually. I put this one as for the early birds because, well, I was going to say because A, it's hot. That doesn't bother me. But I've got physio this morning on my frozen shoulder at 10:30. So, a minute, that's how old I am. Yeah, so I thought, actually, get up, get on with it. Do a quick live, have a catch up, do some packaging, physio, drop parcels off, maybe a quick chazzer, and back. It'll be roasting by the time I even leave, to be honest. So, good morning, Chris. How you doing? So you didn't get much from your few days from the boots then, but Catherine got loads. It's water this morning. I've already had a tea, but I think I'm definitely drinking less tea in this weather, but probably more Diet Coke. So swings and roundabouts with the caffeine. I like caffeine, to be honest. There's no point in me trying to cut it out because I like it. So, boom, there you go. Oh, morning, beautiful. Good morning, Joan. Morning, Tom and Belle. So, I got for you. All right, Kat. Good stuff. Yeah, hope you're all well. And actually, tell me about your sales at the moment. I think, I did call this Summer Slowdown, actually, only because I was like, what should I call this? Summer Slowdown. Yeah, so I have, I'm sure I've already said, so the shop is completely closed now. I was on my notice period for June. So shop's completely closed on eBay. I have put on 40 items just as singles, but I did it at the end of June. So I only paid like about 12p a listing at that point. So I still had the shop notice period on. And then literally I listed one thing. Why did I list one thing? And what was it? I felt the need to list something yesterday or the day before. And I don't even know what it is. 38 pence to list it. So for 30 days. And I guess that's plus VAT as well. So high. What did I? Oh, no, I've shut that down. I was just wondering what it was that I felt the need to get on at that dizzying price. I mean, I've got loads on Vinted as well. Let me just have a quick look out of curiosity. F's sake, bear with me. Yeah, tell me about your sales at the moment. How is Summer Slowdown affecting you? Oh, that's right. Yeah, of course. I put a brass watering can on there because obviously this is the time, so I could see why I thought that needed to go on. That's actually gone on at 35 plus ship, and it's had 0 views. Jesus, I mean, it does. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. When I had the shop, it was like, what am I paying for? I'm not even getting views on my listings. Oh god, I keep moving the camera now. Look really short, like shorter than usual. That's it. It's done. Chris, it's not like I really need stuff. I was selective. Yeah, it's not always about need, is it? Well, for me, it's not. It's everyone's the same. I'm sure you're the same, and you might be going, "Oh, look at that retro, blah 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 that I don't need." Oh, let's get that. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Jill. Good morning. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, my beautiful Shelly Welly Belly. Just had a Rosie try to swim in our. Oh, little doggy's trying to swim in the pool. Oh, heart-stopping moment. Bulldogs can't swim. Oh, jeez. Maybe keep it so she can touch the bottom with her little legs. Morning, Sam. I didn't know you changed your name to Sam's Adventure. That is Risa and Polly, isn't it? Sorry, because I'm just my memory. Yeah, I saw you're doing a live on Insta at 10. So that was another reason I thought, get into gear for your live. Good morning, Babs. Good morning, Mandy May. Yeah, Karen cutting my store down to the listing numbers so long as I make my mortgage don't care is only working throughout 12 days. Well, I'm on this kind of, is she? Right, cool. I hope you all had a lovely meet up in Eastbourne as well. Perfect weather for it. yeah, I mean, I couldn't cope with paying out because I was on middle tier shop before I started cutting it down, like £85 a month and sales being dire. I'm like, I can't, and for whatever the reasons are, we always know summer slowdown is always really testing. And I thought, this would be the big experiment this year. So I was like, can I literally make up 3/4 of my year's sales income in one chunk in Q4? You can only do this if you've got like a buffer already set up. Yeah, can I do that? And even with cost of living crisis, I'm kind of thinking people will still spend at Christmas. That's the time when they do want that, they will have saved for it, or they will say, I am spending some at Christmas. And jewelry does do well at Christmas for me, which is still my main thing. And I'm going to have stockpiled some great stuff for Q4 as well, like non-jewelry too, but also loads of jewelry. So yeah, that's the plan. So if come a video in November, I'm going, oh my God, it didn't work, no one's buying. Well, no, don't try that. Don't try this at home. I'll do the experiment for you. But yeah, so it would be quite a thing, wouldn't it, to say, oh yeah, no, I don't work in the summer, lifestyle choice. I just take the summers off. This is me off into Fantasyland. But I'm still obviously the boots are on. Oh, update on that. In the summer, so I can do lots of sourcing, but I certainly am not relying on the normal regular amount I require in the summer, because, well, it's just like banging my head against a brick wall. When you're putting in a lot of work, also then the temptation is to reduce stuff so much that you're doing yourself a disservice. So if you can get over it, we're all going to get better prices in Q4. So I'm thinking, so September the shop goes back on, and it may go straight back to middle tier, to be honest, because I have a shed load to relist and to add, and I might just go straight in, get it all on, allow that money for September, October, November, December, cut it down again in January to the lower level store, and then, again, that's the plan. Good evening, Don Sherry Paul. Karen, April sales started to slump, but it's the same everywhere unless you drive your own traffic. People are skint, aren't they? People are skint, yeah. And I don't want people spending money in my shop when, Christmas is different. People are allowing for it. They want to spend a bit of money, but I'd hate for somebody to be spending money they haven't got in my shop. So, it's the way. Even at the boot on Saturday, I was chatting to some of the regulars there, and they were just saying, even at the boot, no one's spending. And you'd think, oh, that's where you'd go if you want a bargain. But if you usually shop at the boot because you're skint, you've literally got no money even for the boot. And you're just like, I'm not going to the boot because I haven't got any money. And she was telling me about this. Oh, we had a right funny chat. She was telling me about this. She said, do you know Lurpak is £6 a pop now? I said, what? She said, who's paying £6 for Lurpak? So I had to look it up on the Tesco shop, and the 750 grams spreadable Lurpak is £6.75. I was like, for butter? Oh my God. And then she was telling me about this. You might not agree with this. It's probably going to really upset lots of people. She was telling me about this lady years ago who, when her kids were little, she said she had 6 kids. She used to, oh God, we were talking about how times are going to be. And I was saying, there's a recession coming. Lots of people that are working in financial services are being told by management there's a recession coming. And she is saying about this woman with a big coat with a big pocket. She used to go to the supermarket. She said, what was it? Her kids always had anchor butter. Always had anchor butter. Because she used to put them in her big pockets in a coat. I know this is going to upset some people, but it just made me laugh. And I said, she's got 6 kids. I said, if I was a security guard and I knew she had 6 kids, I'd go, just get out. I'm not looking go. She's got 6 kids. Because I said, yeah, that's what you need to be selling around here at the boot now. I'll tell you what's going to sell: coats with big pockets. So, but you've got to laugh, but that made me laugh. £6.75. Who's paying that for butter, for God's sake? It's more than wine. Yeah, anyway, it's good. Current 930 in the unsolds, waiting for things to pick up again. I know, it's just no point in paying for it when it's not like it used to be. Tell Val just get the Aldi version, tastes the same. Yeah, I do like it when I'm doing the Tesco shop. And if Aldi did blooming home delivery, I wouldn't go anywhere else. But when I'm doing I tell you another thing. This is not reselling related. Something going on with Heinz ketchup and Tesco. Because, right, we will have Tesco own brand most things. As long as it tastes the same, it's all good for us. Or cheap beans. That's not a bother to me. I like cheap beans. I don't like the Heinz ones too thick. It's all fine. But ketchup, I've tried the cheaper versions. They are not the same as Heinz, and I'm telling you, that's official. Tesco shop last night, there's no Heinz ketchup. There's Heinz other stuff. All the Heinz ketchup's out of stock. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I said, I'll get it from Iceland then, because I'll go to Iceland and get my Heinz ketchup. But then I'm like, oh, piss. When will I next be going to Iceland? So I've got to order Tesco and ketchup, which is the only thing I really draw the line at, to be honest. Well, that and certain wines. So it's hard times. Yeah, that doesn't taste. Oh, I don't know. I haven't tried Aldi's version. Everything's all very different now. So now I'm without a car at the moment, and actually the car's not coming back. That lady that drove into the side of us, I knew there was a bigger issue than just like, because the insurance company was saying, how big's the lines? How big is it? More than 12 inches? I said, yes. And then they were saying, oh, there was some argument between the insurance company and somebody at the repair company saying they thought I could drive it to Slough or something. And they get it. They took it off on a flatbed because the insurance company said, no, take it on flatbed. And there's suspension damage underneath. I'm like, yeah, how can you tell what damage has been done underneath? How can you tell from the outside, from pictures? That's ridiculous. And there was suspension damage, and it's a write-off. So our little Mercedes B-Class, it is 12 years old, but still thought we'd probably get a few more years out of it. Write-off. So now I'm like, do we go car-free? Should we maybe just hire an electric car for the summer? Because to be honest, if we go anywhere in the winter, we're probably on a booze and we'd rather get a cab back. I'm only really going in the summer we'll go sourcing, camping, festivals, pretty much. That's what we use the car for. So it's kind of worth having a car in the summer, but it's about a few £100 a month to have a car. If you factor in how much you're paying for it, that car costs 10 grand. How many years ago? 8 years ago. Yeah, if you factor everything in, it's not cheap. And I'm like, and with the petrol, we need to be a bit more clever about this. So, hot news. Oh, hang on. This is hot news as well. The Aldi, just get the Aldi version of ketchup. Tastes the same. See, I could cycle to the Aldi, but if you're getting shopping, you really want more than you can get in a backpack. Maybe I should take the kids with me, or with backpacks on. Yeah, so this is hot news off the press. I looked up how long it would take to cycle to our localish, half an hour bike ride. So me and Connie cycled Saturday morning before it got hot to the boot with little backpacks on. And I was like, I could get panniers. We've got a bike trailer in the garage, which we use for carting our stuff at festivals, but there were a couple of killer hills. I don't think I could do the bike trailer up those hills. There was one hill that was so steep right at the top we had to get off and walk. So, but yeah, I was feeling very empowered after that. Cycling to the boot, got a few bargains, chit chat with all the regulars. Like, yeah, this is fine. And in a way, I need. Oh, I'm doing on time because okay. I need rules to contain me. So when I've got the car, I'm like, I would have gone from there onto another boot in this boiling hot weather. I don't think it's healthy for me, to be honest. It'd be much more healthy to cycle to the boot, have a couple of hours there, chit chat, cup of tea, maybe a neck back, and then come back. Like, and also actually we had a festival in the afternoon, so I had time to come back, get a power nap in, go to the festival, get sorted, stumbled home. So yeah, in a way, it would force me to slow down a bit, which I need because I have no way of stopping otherwise. It could be my own enforced slower living, and obviously brilliant for the environment and cheaper. And my brother actually popped round and he did say, although he's living in Swindon at the moment, he'd put me on his car insurance because he's not always in the country. He's off doing things. And so when he's off, I could drive his car. So it's very kind. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, so that's not a date on me. That's the hot news off the press and me cycling to a boot. Oh, I'll tell you the other thing. What it did was it meant I couldn't buy lamps, couldn't buy blankets, which I buy them and then go, when they don't sell. I could only buy small things. And I even bought some geraniums, which I was like, I won't be able to buy my plants. Bought some geraniums. She wrapped them up. There's mud everywhere in my little thing, but that's fine. I've learned. I'll take a carry pack next time. But yeah. Karen's sister works in a corporate bank and said it's time to batten down the hatches financially wise, as it's going to get worse before it gets better. The people that are working in finance are saying it. We all can see it. We can all see it's coming. But yeah, and the same, I mean, resellers are starting to say, come on, stop going outsourcing with money you haven't got constantly, get the stuff cheaper, or because you could be sitting on it for a while and you might need your buffer. Yeah. Jill had a brilliant last week on eBay, fabulous. And I thought, yes, here we go. This week has been my lowest ever since my first few months on eBay. See, this is what I think is happening. People are going, oh my God, 2 no sale days, and then they have an amazing day, and then it's back to no sale days. And I think that is the classic, you're being switched on. It's like, right, this 10,000 people are getting a bit of light. Right now, this 10,000, and that's, of course it is. It can't be any other way. Rachel, we have the Aldi ketchup, hot news. And like it, but other people we're giving it to don't think it tastes the same. Maybe we need to do a blind ketchup tasting. Rachel, Tesco and Heinz have been having are in dispute over prices. That's like the big guns up against each other, isn't it? That's like 2 tribes go to war, Heinz and Tesco. Well, I need to follow this, but I think they've resolved it now. They haven't resolved it last night. Getting freaking Tesco own. Mandy Mill, I had a child's nursery cutlery knife removed due to eBay's knife policy. I phoned eBay up and they said a child could hurt it. And yet you see some other stuff actually being sold, don't you, on that? Yeah, I had my antique, I think it was antique carving knife set. It was heavily vintage, it wasn't antique. I ended up selling it at the boot because, that got taken down. And it's a carving knife set in a really nice presentation box. But, yeah. Karen, we didn't use the car that often, but we still need one for visiting family, holidays, etc. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm like, there's family I want to visit on the train because I don't like driving anyway. And then I've got family local anyway. If I wanted to visit my uncle in Antigua, it would be a flight. Yeah, I think it could be good for us. Oh, Karen, don't get the Aldi reduced sugar one. It's vile, but full sugar one is lovely. Yeah, so I looked at yesterday. They had Tesco reduced sugar and salt. And I thought, careful. Because if we're already a bit like that with it, go for the full sugar salt to start with and see how we get on. Good morning, Bells and Moon. Just having a catch-up. If you've just come in. Anyway, but do tell me how your sales are. So, yeah, I've got some pickups. Oh, yeah, tell you something else in a minute. Sales I'll tell you about. So I'll show you the pickups first. So there's a few bits from the boot and a few bits from mini Chaz's that I did after a coffee last week, my first day out after COVID. So outside with some friends, which was lovely. Yes, let's do the Chaz's. So I can't stop picking these buggers up, but hopefully in the winter they'll sell. Max Mara hosiery. So And they look like tights, but it's really hard to tell when they don't just say I use freaking stockings, or they look like tights. And they were sold in Fenwick Bond Street for £19.95. So that might have been reduced. And they were £1.49. I just think they've got to be saleable. And some Calvin Klein ones, but also they've got the seams, which I know are sought after, and these have got seams, and these were £1.49. That's the sort of my kind of, you know, poundish spending thing is my happy place, to be honest. What else did I get from the Chazzers? Ah, this is mental. This is totally mental. Right, so I said to him, because you know what, well, one of my ones, so their dresses in there start at £7.99 just for a standard dress. And I see some people's hauls and I'm like, how are you getting stuff for £4.50 in a Chazzer, like a dress and like an amazing brand? My local anyway, £7.99 for a dress and up. So this had loads of, I didn't know what that was, E22. It was a Bally belt. So I said to him, oh, how much is your belt? I showed him this, £1.99. Like, okay, thanks. Yeah, like it's like something that seems to get underpriced, okay, generally. So Bally, and I was like, oh, that's a good brand, isn't it? Yes, it is. I think this will have to be in, I don't know. I've been putting belts on Vinted, but right. So I looked this up. Women's belt, I think, really nice belt. You can tell it's really chunky buckle and everything. And so I looked them up on the shop. There's not that many sold for women. These belts in the sale start at around £100 new, and they go up to something like £350 for a belt. Again, it's like the Lurpak. Who's paying £350 for a belt? And to be honest, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. I'll allow you £20 and you give the rest to charity. That's how I feel about it. So, yeah. So I don't even know what I need to put this on that, but it's got to be a good buy, isn't it? What else I get from the Chazzers? Oh, yeah. So same shop, and this was also a bit strange for the shop that starts at £7.99 on dresses. Some irregular choices, £3.99. Right. And they're in good nick. Like the heels are in really good nick. God, they remind me. They're like an Elsa shoe. Look at the swans. So he went, I only put those out this morning. I said, did you? Like, I'm not surprised. £3.99, and they were only there till I got in there. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows about leather soles. As soon as you wear them, like all of that nice stuff comes straight off. So they're actually in good condition. You can see the heels. There are 5. I did put my trotters in there because I just thought I've got to, but I'm a 4. So not, I mean, where would I be wearing these, for God's sake? But gorgeous. So £3.99. I stuck them on Vinted. This actual design doesn't go for that much, like £20.25 on eBay, it seems, like regularly. So I stuck them on Vinted and took an offer of 18. Put them on a 20, I think. Took an offer of 18. I'm like, well, from £3.99, I'm fine with that. That's fine. It's fine for me, thank you. More than happy with that. So, yeah, that's the first sale. So a few more. Let's just dip into the chat. Crispy, I didn't have many sales, but the ones I had were good ones. You do seem to ride the storm quite well, actually. I guess you're so picky about what you're picking up, it's always good shit. That's what I'm guessing. Or you're using some kind of voodoo on it. And if so, I want to know what it is. Oh, God, yeah, we were also talking at the boot, me and this lady, about, she said some of the stuff that she sees being sold at the boot. I said, I know exactly what you mean. Like stuff that feels like it's come straight off of a shop shelf. And you kind of look and go, where'd you get that from? But then on the other hand, you're going, how much? Or maybe that's just me. Oh, Karen, so how many have you currently got listed on eBay at the moment? How are you feeling now after having the virus? I'm back to normal, actually. Well, no, just a sore throat. But then I was at the festival Saturday. My throat was a lot worse yesterday. So I think I kind of and I'd cycled this big cycle ride to the boot and back. So I think I really kind of like pushed myself Saturday. But yeah, I've got to say I was able to do that and go out dancing and jigging about and getting drunk. And I'd say I'm all good. I've just got a sore throat, that's all. But yeah, currently listed. I think it's actually 38 because I've had a few sales. So I must have had 3 sales. Kind of do have a regular choice shoes, but would never wear them. Oh, display purposes only. They are lovely pieces. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Yeah, I had them like sort of near the shelves. So I thought, we're not putting these away. We're going to look at them, but didn't have to look at them for a while. Joan, mine was 10,000 8 years ago. In November, it was parked outside and a delivery. Oh, yeah. 8 years, so literally the same as us. In November, it was parked outside and a delivery van went into it. Write off, but insurance paid out 3,500, so I decided to have it repaired, which was approximately 3,000. Yeah, I've heard about this. I've seen the letter. My brother said don't accept the first quote they give you, but he knows about cars and stuff, and I'm like, and I just looked at the letter this morning, and they've said the current value is, oh, that's right, because he said also secondhand cars are worth a lot at the moment, and it's 4,006 or 4,008. They're offering us, and they did say also you don't have to accept this. So my brother would say go back. So I'll see what Tom says. Well, sorry, what were we saying? Oh yeah, and it does say you can take the car back still. I don't know. I'd have to discuss that with Tom, but because he said obviously it's worth more to us as just having the car. Yeah, there you go. Right, where was I? So that's what I got from the Chazzers. Probably was just from one shop, and then a couple of bits that I did pick up from the boots have already gone off. Like the girl's been wearing some bags, and yes, right. So a couple of bits from the boot. Paid £2 for this strawberry shortcake. Quite a single duvet set, but nicely it has, oh god, it's so lovely. It has 2 pillowcases with it, which is unusual. So I don't know how vintage. I'm guessing 90s. Yeah, in nice condition. So £2. I mean, they sell quite well, those sorts of things. So I'm hoping 2025. A belt, a nice wide leather. Who will we buy? Medium, large. Who will we buy? Will we buy anyone? Oh, John Lewis. It's a John Lewis. Don't really need to do this, but I feel the need. Yeah, John Lewis wide woven leather belt, 50p. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, I know you can get more for belts on eBay, but paying 38p plus VAT a listing, I'm like, it's going on vintage. So I don't know how long it's going to take to sell, but on vintage, as long as I get £10 profit, I don't mind, because I'd happily do that all day long, just turn stuff over for £10 profit. As I know that was on vintage fine. Got some Miss 60 jeans for 50p, which I know is, and the crop. I tried to squeeze my Batula into here, but it wasn't happening, because they're really nice. Yeah, 50p, and I don't know the current value for that, but they'll be vintage. Really nice jeans there. And I got some bargain rings, which Connie found, actually. She became quite a good helper. Karen, my friend did that, and yes, don't offer the first quote. I didn't know that. I've had a car. Oh no, hang on. The aisle's kind of exploded on the motorway, so I don't. Yeah, we did just accept what they gave us. I didn't know about that. Don't offer the first quote. We didn't when our old car got written off and another person drove into us while parked. Mandy Moo, when I phoned eBay about the knife, she said they had put a red flag on my account, which she removed. My sales have been bad, but much better after ringing them. Fingers crossed. Oh my God, that's hideous. Chris and his car saga. My car's officially been written off twice, but only has a dent in the back quarter and scrape across the front bumper. So you haven't got any underneath damage that you don't know about. because that's what worries me is like suspension. It's got to be sorted out, isn't it? God, let's not talk about your car. So yeah, I've got some. So I've got. This is unbelievable. So 5 rings. But the rub is this one is 925 stamped. I can tell they're silver. They're not magnetic unless they're very, very good silver plate. That one is stamped, but the others aren't. So I will just sell the other ones as white metal, even though I know they're silver because I can't be bothered. And so instead of selling them at like 15 to 20, I'll sell them at a tenner, you know, free post. But they're really nice. Really like this Russian wedding ring style. One is already on my thumb. There you go. Yeah. Can't go wrong, can you? Can't go wrong. So, but the other hot news off the press. Oh, I've got, yeah, no, I'll show you the few sales I've got going out in a minute. I had my jewellery man round on Friday night. Tom's in Slovenia. That's a joke. Pretty sure my jewellery man's gay as well. Not that it would matter if it wasn't. Oh God, where am I going with this? But he does have nice jewellery. Stop. Right. Anyway, yeah. So I'd taken his number a while back because I've been talking to him about this. Is forward thinking from me. I was like, where'd you go in the winter? Like, because I normally see him at the booth. Where'd you go? Where'd you sell? And then he started talking about his regulars, blah, blah, blah. And most of people, he said, because I said, well, how do you feel about people buying to resale? He said, most people are buying from me to resale. I was like, oh, okay, then that's fine. Hello, Neil. How are you doing? So because of the car situation, I messaged him and say, oh my God, I've got no wheels. If you're past, I know where he lives. Well, not precisely, but area. I said, if you're passing this way, I know he's got a brother-in-law near me. I said, let me know. I can meet up with you, or you can come round if you've got, you know, the stuff you know I like. So he popped round Friday night. And I got some jewels. I'm like, my God, this is brilliant. He's quite happy to come to me. Oh, he's so nice. I always have to give him more money than he asks for because he's too. I'm like, oh, you're not making any money on this. I mean, I know he makes money elsewhere, and some of it's like loss leaders, but I said I can't. I feel like I'm ripping him off. So, and he gave Maud she had a little pair of silver moons, the earrings that she wanted, and he gave them to her as a present. It's just lovely. Awesome. COVID clear since last Tuesday. Yeah, I think that's similar to maybe it was Wednesday. I can't remember. I was COVID clear. Yeah, I'm all right. I've just got a sore throat and a massive ulcer in there, which I presume is just my body going, come on, trying to get back to peak performance, which is pretty streamlined. Right, so I'll show you. This isn't everything I picked up from my jewellery man. He's a Fruit Loop. Yeah, it's such a good deal. So I'll show you some of the brooches. So I did say to him, I think I need to cut down on the brooches because it's not something that people are really buying, feels like at the moment, or not at the price that I would need on eBay anyway. But I couldn't help it when they were so cheap so for instance, like St. Justin's, I've got a few St. Justin's, some really nice ones actually. These St. Justin pewter brooches made in Cornwall, Devon way. These I used to get good money for these, and to be honest, we're looking at like £10 free ship at the moment, I'd say, unless it's something very unusual. And to be honest, the horses are a bit more unusual, so I might be able to get a bit more. But so you can't be paying much for these if you're selling at that price, but they will go on for Christmas. So I've got, I picked up a few St. Justin's from him. Is that St. Justin? That's a St. Justin. That's a nice one as well with the, that looks like carnelian in the middle. Some really nice horses, just pewter. not a St. Justin, but are very nice. I had to get this one because it's got sheeps. Oh, isn't that lovely? Little pewter. And then I picked up this really nice ornate key. I thought it was nice, a bit different, chunky. Another little sheep. Oh, it's a ram, isn't it? What's that? Ceramic or something. A little modernist. Oh, this says something on it. Jewelry designed by and made by Carol Merton. Little modernist type. I don't know if that's retro or vintage. Looks very 70s. Love that. And this Baroque number. Baroque style. God alive, look at that. Isn't that fabulous? Rivoli, like, look at that. Oh my God, it's lush. I mean, you could wear that on a jacket, on a velvet jacket or a jean jacket. And, oh, I like it. Yeah. With the right, you need the right personality for that. But yeah, love it. Yeah. Yeah, lovely brooches and some rings. I'm not showing you everything I picked up, but because I don't want to bore you. But now I've been trying to say to myself, stop just picking up the stuff that I like. So I like quite, apart from that stone, relatively, you know, like just bands. You know, like they're not very ornate particularly, but I do know that, you know, the ornate ones have sold and the stones have sold. And he said, people do like the sparklies. I said, oh no, I think I ought to just start picking them up because it's a bit daft. So I picked these up. So they're all silver stamped, different, like some of them are just 95, some of them are full assay hallmarks. So that one's particular. I like that because that's very vintage. This one's a newer, but you can't really see it, but it's an absolutely gorgeous green. Yeah, you can't really see the green. So yeah, I've got to start picking these things up, I think. Yeah, so again, just a sparkly that's actually purple lilac that people are going to, they're going to want. See, this is more me, a really chunky band. But then there's a market for all of them, but got to cater for everyone. This I think is fabulous. So even though that's a big stone, I like that. That's a lovely statement one. And this one, I've had that on one of my little fingers. I love that. But let's get that on actually. Oh, baby, that is nice. I do like that a lot. The woman says she doesn't like stones. I like certain stones. I mean, if you're going out, I think, you know, why not? Go to the stage where that's just your day wear. I like that. So yes, so absolutely fabulous that he now knows where I live and is quite happy to bring his wares around, and so I can do that all winter. Karen Cornwall, and yes, only about a tenner. Used to get 15, but it is what it is, ain't it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, I was saying to him as well, I've got to, you know, I used to, what was I doing before jewelry? I mean, I've been through so many phases. But yeah, I'm saying to him, I'm meant to be cutting down on brooches, but I couldn't resist them. But again, you know, it's good quality stuff still. So if you can get it at the right price, it's still worth turning over if it's selling. Good morning, Double Karma. Other half will need to Facebook PM you. Buying, selling in buying Reese and Justin stuff. Okay. Yeah, so I've got a nice little stockpile for the winter. Few sales, and then I'll be off to get on with our lives. Is it literally 3 sales? Oh yeah, I already showed you the irregular choice, didn't I? So I showed you these the other week. I actually did take an offer of 15 quid for those two. I think I paid about £1.50. eBay, that is 15 quid plus shipping. It's I showed you the other week. It's that stuff that so one of them, I think that one's full, that one's only partial. It's discontinued, so it's one of those that people will still buy it. And then a couple of sales, yeah, regular choice on vintage, so they went for 18. just a little one, just an accessorised little crossbody for £6 on Vinted last night, but I think it was in a special place, so it was £1 or less. It's fine. Well, to be honest, I would be aiming to get tenner out of stuff. However, it's accessorised. There's a little leather bag, but when I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, you're not getting a tenner for that. So, you know, so I'll make a £5 out of it instead. Then this, also from a special place, you know, £1, really nice indigo moon. I did have it on at like 20, and then I had it on I'm doing that highlights thing. They said, oh, do you want to try the highlights where you can put some of your listings above your wardrobe? And it was in that at 20% off. The lady offered me, I don't know actually, let me check what I did sell it for. 15 quid. Is that shampoo? No, it's tan enhancer, holiday skin. I used to use that. It's kind of milder than like fake tan, so it's very gradual. Yeah, so it's great, isn't it, when you get used to a product and then you have to go looking for it because they discontinue it. So yeah, the shoes and this is literally only went for 12 quid, which, you know, maybe I can get more and hang out. It's definitely worth more. Maybe I can hang out for more, but I can't be doing that. I made 11 quid on it. That's, if I can make, I was talking to Connie about it, if I can make, for me, if I can make a 10 profit on each thing, I know for a lot of people they go, oh, that's not right. I'm like, no, when I'm only investing £1 or £1.50 or £2 all day long, I will do that. That's a fine model for me. So yeah, so that's all that's going out. But yeah, so literally 3 sales over the weekend on Vinted, 1 on eBay. I mean, I have got more stuff on Vinted as well. However, I just don't feel like I've got a load of lamps on eBay, you know, IKEA lamps. I've got them on at the right price. I keep checking. I'm right at the top of the listings. I'm sending out offers, so people are getting a bargain and they're still just not buying. So you can't force it, can you? Karen, plus listing on Vinted takes so much less time. Yeah, it's so quick. I mean, yeah, this is the thing with eBay. There's so much, yeah, apart from the cost of it all, your time. And I know I'm really can't wait for Vinted to officially do the business sellers, because I imagine they seem to play fair by sellers, that there'll be a good deal for us on there as well, even though obviously we'll be paying fees, and we'll be able to ramp it up a bit then. Because I think in the meantime, we're trying to stay under the radar, and keep our heads above water, really. Yeah, that is that. Neil, don't talk to me about discontinued toiletries. My preferred deodorant has been discontinued. Right, what is it? We'll all look for it. Apologies, I'm a bit smelly. I tried to take advantage of my new deodorant 72-hour claims. 72 hours? God, you must be a sweater. That must be like troweling on. Karen, not jealous at all. They caught me. Yeah, but they haven't didn't actually shut your account though, did they? Did they just take down some listings? Because I think you could, you know, wily your way back on there. Yes, I was going to start talking about deodorants then, but I'll save you. I think I'll save you. Jewel, they removed most of my listings. Nothing special. Only had just over 100 on. Did you, Jewel, out of interest, did you have a range of stuff on there in different categories, or were you all in one category? Because I'm wondering if that's what it is, because I've got 600 listings on there, but it's across a lot of categories, you know, so I might be selling a rug, a candlestick, a pair of shoes, a brooch, a bag. So it does very much look like someone getting rid of their gear. Joan, hubby has just sold his old Lynx shaving gel for 60 quid. Oh my God, I love the Lynx game. I mean, I've never been able to find one of those vintage ones, but it's not like, it's like one of those things where you wish you could turn time back and just go and clear the shelves and see a jug of Lynx. I mean, whoa, amazing. Seriously, who reckons even 48 hours fresh is a valid selling point? Oh, do you like to shower every day? Well, it's a very valid selling point if you're going to a festival. Mostly jewelry and the odd other thing. I think they're noticing if it's heavily in one category. Maybe apart from clothes, I don't know. Or it's just luck of the draw and they're just randomly checking people. That could be the other thing. I might be reading too much into it. Yes, so mine could look like a house clearance, not a shop. Well, that's all I'm thinking. That, like, they might look at it and go, well, yeah, that's just... There must be they're either doing it randomly or spot checking and then looking into it, or they're using something to pick out who they're going to check. And I just feel if it's across lots of categories, why would they know that's just not my stuff? Yeah, Jewel and trying to trickle them on and put in different things. Yeah, that's my advice at the moment. And and if you've got any of your own clothes that you don't want anymore, stick those on with it. It doesn't have to be all the stuff you bought for resale. Just make it look, a bit under the radar, a bit natural. I think that's my advice at the moment. But you didn't get it from me, and yeah, don't tell anyone. Hey, Joan just found my old unused Johnson's baby lotion. It's selling for £18. Oh my god! I had huge ones of those. Just got rid of them. Yeah, I might go and up some other shit today and put them on. Yeah, I mean, what else have I sold on there? I've sold a bit of jewelry, but yeah, range of clothes. Is there anything other than clothes and jewelry, shoes, belts? Oh, yeah. I mean, they do some homeware, but things like the textiles seem to need to be new textiles. That's one of their rules. So I think I did have no, I haven't said this. Did I have some listings taken? I did have some listings taken down. Maybe I didn't read the email properly and just carried on as normal. I know one was like cushion covers and they have to be new. But there was some other stuff taken down. Right in the beginning, they sent me some emails saying, oh, we've had to remove this listing. I just went, oh, okay, and just carried on. So maybe I was due to be, and I just didn't read it properly and I just carried on. Yeah, that was right near the beginning, actually. I just went, oh, okay, I can't sell those. But I can't remember exactly what it was they took down, apart from the cushion covers. Have to dash. Yep, see you later, Neil. Need to write a strongly worded email to the supplier of my not cheap at all bathroom sink unit. Oh, God. Jewel, I wondered if it was using a jewelry stand that did it. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. Don't make it look too professional. Use a shit photo. If when they look, I literally on eBay used to, if somebody used a mannequin, I didn't buy from them because I kind of thought that I wouldn't be getting the cheapest price. I wanted somebody throwing it on the bed. Rachel had a few things taken off, entered all a bit random. Yeah, and then I haven't had anything since. Oh, I was spotlighting my wardrobe too. Yeah, that was annoying. I've just put a spotlight on mine as well, so it's like 99p a day. Just to see if I can get a few more in before I will hide all my listings again when we go on holiday, which is in a couple of weeks. Oh yeah, Double Karma, we're talking about vintage, no fees. We love it. Right, that'll do. What time? Oh, 9:54. Oh, yeah, I've got to get ready for my physio. So, yeah, thanks for joining me again on this Monday morning. I seem to be doing some Monday mornings again, so hopefully see you next Monday, unless I've got appointments of Rama. So if it's not Monday, I will try to schedule it anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and enjoy the lovely weather. Have a good week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Don't die.